The program is part of the overall LifeSci NYC initiative. And one great thing, when we started running the program in 2017, there were many fewer companies, and there just weren't anywhere near as many incubators. And it's been great seeing BioLabs and the other incubators come on board, and there's just so much more energy in the space right now. And so we're now in the 5th year of the program. We've placed over 440 college and graduate students into internships and a few entry-level positions at over 120 different life science companies. And we define life science companies very broadly. So it's everything from biotechs, biotech startups, to multinational corporations, as well as a lot of professional services organizations, from marketing agencies, financial firms, and nonprofits as well. And we've had an incredible demand from students. Last year, close to 2,500 students applied for the program. And we offer internships that are both science-based, so lab positions, and business-based positions for students who are interested in careers in industry. And we really go out of our way to make life easy for our company partners. So what we're doing is we're recruiting students. We're always looking for hosts for the students. And then we put a lot of effort into screening candidates and the matching process, just to make it as easy as possible for companies to be able to host interns. And we do all of that at no cost because we are paid by the city to run the program. And then we do a lot of enrichment activities, including a 3-day boot camp at the start of the summer to really help the interns hit the ground running for summer internships. But we also do place interns on a year-round basis. Here's a selection of our hosts. There are many more. We're very protective of hosts' trademarks, so we only use companies if they've given us permission. And for this, we didn't go to every company for permission for this presentation. So you can see these are all the companies that said that we can use their logo at any time. And you guys actually were a host last year, but we don't have your logo here because you're among the please ask for every use list. But as I say, we work with a real wide range of companies, from small startups all the way to Pfizer. And we've had students working in a real wide range of different positions, from doing lab research, regulatory work, biomedical engineering, bioinformatics, and then a lot of management type positions, business, marketing, finance, policy, and a lot of other operations types of roles. Shannon, do you want to talk to universities?
Sure. So we work with virtually every university in New York City. We actually maintain a list of about 300 contacts at the various universities, which consist of career services personnel, as well as certain faculty that are happy to collaborate with us. We make a special effort to work with the CUNY schools, which really help us in our goal to ensure that both our applicant pool and our eventual cohort are reflective of the population of New York City. But we are really reaching out to every university there is. We're doing presentations on campuses. We're listing on campus job boards, and we're also reaching out to a number of universities outside New York City that service a lot of New York City students, especially the SUNY schools.
So for eligibility, students need to either be undergrads or grads. Because we're a New York City program, the students either need to be enrolled in a university in New York City, or they need to be New York City residents enrolled elsewhere. And we do allow recent graduates in the past 2 years to apply. Students need to say that they're legally allowed to work in the US, either as citizens or permanent residents, or as DACA participants, or if they have a visa allowing work without sponsorship. And we require a 3.0 GPA, but if they have extenuating circumstances, we allow them to write up And that's really up to hosts about how strict hosts are about the GPA requirement. And hosts are allowed to set any other qualifications as long as they're legal. So you can't say we want to hire women engineers, but you can say that yeah, any factor as long as it's not a protected class, we're happy to work with. And our interns really reflect New York City. Last year, 60% of our both applicants and interns were women. At about 14% Hispanic, just about half of our interns were recipients of either Pell or TAP grants. And by race, a big mix that really reflects New York City and reflects the science community in New York City. Mix of Asians, only about a quarter of our applicants are white, African Americans, 2 or more race, and others. And we really, as we say, we really want to make sure that our class reflects the diversity of New York City. Sharon, do you want to talk to majors?
Sure. So obviously, given our name, we do attract a huge number of biology and biological science majors, as we want to and as we should. However, we also really make a huge effort to ensure that we're also appealing to students from many other majors, because we know that the companies in New York City have needs that go much beyond biological sciences. So we are also receiving a lot of applications from engineers, from computer science students, and from business students, chemistry students, and a long tail of every other major. We don't restrict any major, and we encourage students of all majors to attend, to apply. So we do get a big variety and encourage companies to really post any kind of position they need to fill, not just the science roles.
And a lot of times the companies are really good on science. So if you have founders who are scientists, they don't really need extra science help, they need business help. So they're looking for people who are strong in business or communications. We're now in the 5th year, and we've grown tremendously over the past, since we've started. We've quadrupled the number of applicants. And last year we had a banner year. We placed 140 students into internships, and about 10% of those were either fellowships or full-time jobs. Another great thing that we're real excited about with the program is that about half of the interns in the program have gotten offers to continue working at their companies at the end of the internship, which just shows the quality of the matching and the caliber of students that we're dealing with. So the program not only is a great way to get people to come in and work for the summer or work for, during the academic year, but it's a great way of identifying new talent. And if companies tell us that you're looking for people who can stay on for more than an internship, we're happy to screen candidates for people who meet whatever criteria, such as, if they're looking for a summer internship, but something that could extend into a full-time opportunity, then we'll look more for seniors who are graduating, who are looking for an internship, but then are available after that. Sally, do you want to talk to the timeline?
Sure. So our applications are open and we place students on a rolling basis. We have 2 types of application: an abbreviated application for students that are interested for the spring and winter season, and then we have a full summer application. The deadline for that is March 31st, but we're still placing students even after the deadline. For the start dates for the academic year, internships and job, it varies. It's dependent on the company's need and the student's schedule. For our summer internships, it's generally 10-week full-time, and it starts right about after the Labor Day weekend from May 31st to August 5th. And then any of the students that have been placed at a company, we offer a 3-day bootcamp experience, which Rich has mentioned earlier.
And the process for hosts?
So for the host companies, we ask that you apply on our website just to create a profile. So through our portal, you could either post a job description, or you can also email it to us, and we will review the job description before we post it live for the students to apply. And then once that listing is live, students are then able to apply for your position by submitting a cover letter. Someone on our team will do the initial screening to make sure that the student meets all of the qualifications you have listed in your job description. And if we find that it is a good fit, we'll send that student application to you, and through our portal, you'll be able to view the student applicant materials as well as their cover letter. And if they complete a full summer application, you'll be able to view their transcript, personal statement, resume, and if they have any references or a video. And it's up to the company to decide whether they want to move forward with the candidate and conduct interviews and make any hiring decisions. And there's no obligation to hire.
Some quotes among many. And so often when we're talking to companies, we hear two quotes. One is people who found their way into industry, as we're telling them about the program, you see them thinking about it and they say, wow, I wish that had been around when I was a student. And the other is one that we've been hearing a lot, which is that this sounds too good to be true. We're basically going out there doing a lot of the heavy lifting for companies. A lot of companies want to hire interns, but we know everyone's busy. And we just do a lot of the heavy lifting. We're going out, we're finding the candidates and screening them, and just making it really easy for companies to find the right candidates. And we're doing it at no cost. We also have a subsidy budget available to help cover the cost of intern salaries, which we make available for companies with fewer than 10 employees that have not yet raised a Series A round, as well as for nonprofits. Some more quotes. These from interns. And quite often we'll get interns who work for a company, they stay on at the company, and then the next year they turn around and they become the host, hiring other interns, which is something we love to see. And we did our boot camp the past 2 years on Zoom, unfortunately, but we're hoping that we're going to be able to do it live again this year. And we did the first 2 years, we did it in person, which we're really hoping we'll get back to. And as we say, we do other activities, social and networking events. We have a pizza party every year, which we actually were able to do this past summer. We do events like go to the Philharmonic in Central Park, do tours of different offices and different incubator spaces, career panels. We get the interns to talk amongst themselves about the work that they're doing, and of course, boot camp. So that's what we've got.
Okay.